Hey, what's up, guys? It's me back with another video on YouTube and possibly audio on the likes of Buzzsprout and Spotify. So, the big announcement is here of what I'm going to be doing on my channel from now on. And if you can tell from the thumbnail of the video or the picture that's going to be there the whole time, as you can tell, this is an audio only video pretty much. Is that I am starting a podcast. I think this is the direction this channel is going to take. I'll get more into that in a little bit, but welcome to the Anime Now Manga Later podcast. Of course, I'm your host, David, or Laugh Now Die Later, and I just want to give a few shout outs. The first shout out is going to go to Otakukahn, who is a dope YouTuber that I met, and he really was the one that gave me this name. I asked on Twitter pretty much like any recommendations because I could not think of a name, and Otakukahn was the one that really was like, "Hey, do this," and I was like, you know what? That really is cool. It plays on my name here on YouTube and or wherever you're listening to from, and I just thought, you know what? Let's do it. I read a lot of manga. I'm starting to try to get back into anime more, but I just mostly read. But that's a topic for another discussion. And I just wanted to just do a podcast because it's just something that I like. But another shout out I'm going to give, so thanks again to Otakukahn for the name. I really do appreciate it. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Dicehead. Of course, you guys know, like, this guy supports me through whatever decision I do on this channel. The break, coming back, style of videos, now doing a podcast instead. It's just this guy's always supporting me, so I can't stress enough how much, Dice means to me as a friend and as a you know, content creator. He like inspires me, and yeah, so shout out to you, Dice. And also to my boy Arvis, who made this thumbnail. I'm gonna be using this thumbnail pretty much. I'm just going to be taking out the picture in the middle is going to be based on like the topic I have, or if I have people on, I'll use like their pictures as well next to mine. It'll be pretty much similar. It's just the similar like thumbnail style. It's just going to be with different people or different pictures. It's not going to be the same, like this same picture with a number on it or anything. No, it's just going to be different pictures based on like if I'm talking about a manga or anything. But that's again for a little bit of a later time. So again, thank you to those three people I mentioned: Otakukahn, Arvis, Dice. There's so many people I could shout out. You know what? Just shout out to all of you who are listening right now. If you've helped me along this long ass journey that I've had, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. But without any further ado, let me just tell you what this podcast really is going to be about. So, as you can tell, I do not have a co-host, and that's because I think I want to try to perfect my own craft for the time being, and I also have a project that should be starting next year with my friend Dicehead, and I'm not going to say what. So I think really doing this podcast on my own and getting good at talking on the mic by myself, like without scripts or anything, I think could really benefit me as a content creator, and also like with my communication skills. Like in college right now, I'm taking business communication, so I'm gonna be learning from that and try to implement it to here, try to make it professional, but at the same time I'm gonna have fun, man. If I curse, I curse. So content warning for people who are younger, I do curse, so if you guys don't like that, then I'm sorry, but I guess don't listen. But like, honestly, I'm just going to be enjoying this. This is just going to be a chill vibe. If you guys know me, you know I love having just a chill vibe. Just sit back, relax. I'm like that homie that recommends manga to you. And that's what I want on this, because I feel like with my videos, I wasn't able to do that. I feel like I was trying to conform to something that I wasn't, like recording videos, editing them a certain way. That's for my boy Dicehead and for all the YouTubers that I'm potentially going to have some days on here. So that's for them. I just tried it and it just wasn't for me, man. And I feel like a podcast right now, I could be more energetic. As you can tell, I'm probably talking way better than I have on an actual video. And I think it's because I could let my personality out more on this. I don't mind stuttering. I don't mind having little pauses and everything, because at the end of the day, this is unedited, unfiltered, raw content, and I love listening to podcasts, so why not do my own? So let's just get right into what exactly I'm gonna be doing. So again, I'm gonna be alone talking about any topics and that you guys want to hear. Now, this is a key point that I have on my list of what I want to talk about, because since I am by myself, and I may be with other people like for a decent amount, but if I am by myself in an episode, to try to still make it entertaining for you guys, I do want to have an interactive podcast. So my podcast ideas and topics that I will talk about throughout my podcast are going to be recommended from you guys, and if I don't get any, then obviously I'll come up with my own. But I want this to be interactive. I want to know what you guys want to hear. This podcast is going to be once a week. I haven't decided at the time of recording this, since this is coming out on Thursday, the 2nd, or Friday the 3rd. I don't know if it's going to be on Wednesday, Friday, Monday. I don't know yet. One of my homies, Kiliax and Epic Sponge, have a dope podcast on Dicehead's channel, actually, called The Dice Men, and they're doing Wednesdays. So I want them to have that day. You know what I mean? So I may do Fridays, maybe Thursdays, just so it could be like middle to the ending of the week. So we both can benefit from this podcasting, right? I don't want to like compete with them. Like I want to, have fun and both of us to succeed in it. So yeah, so that's that. And pretty much, again, I just want to keep this interactive. I'm going to ask on Twitter, my Discord, links to all of that in the description. I have a link tree now, so definitely check all of those things out, because I really be talking on there, mostly on Twitter more than Discord. Like, I haven't been on it in a while, but definitely check for announcements from me. I definitely am going to start asking, like, what do you guys want me to talk about? I have a bunch of ideas already from my boy Samaria Akira, so shout out to you. He gave me a bunch of ideas. I could literally have podcasts for like a few months pretty much from all the ideas he gave me. But I definitely want to have other people's inputs as well. And I definitely want to get that point interactive, like having topics from you guys and everything. But I also want to implement something that I think could potentially change the anime manga podcast game for now. Like, I think it's gonna be hella interactive, to the point where it's like it's gonna be like you guys are like my co-hosts. So this is the plan, guys. So when I have a podcast that I don't have a guest, right, I am going to have 3 call-ins. I'm going to have 3 call-ins where I have 3 listeners who are going to listen to me live on Discord stage channel on either my Discord server, or Dice's, depending on what happens, but potentially on mine. And pretty much what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you guys what the topic is on, and if you guys want to be a part and be like a quote-unquote radio call-in, that's where I got the idea from. Radio stations, you know how they have call-ins where people give their opinion on a topic that the radio stations are talking about. Pretty much that's what I want to do. So I decided I'm going to have up to 3 call-ins, and you could talk for anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, even longer if you want. I really don't care, but also keep in mind that like the other 2 are going to be waiting to talk. So I definitely want everyone to get their time, and I also want this podcast to be anywhere between 45 to an hour. 45 minutes to an hour, maybe sometimes an hour and a half. Not this episode, obviously, but like, the future ones, because this isn't an official one yet. It's just episode number 0. But pretty much, I just want you guys to interact with me. So the first 3 people that hit me up saying they want to be a part of it, we're going to make a schedule, and for all 3 people to meet up on my Discord server, on a stage channel, and you guys are basically going to be able to listen to me live on podcast and just listen to what I got to say. And when it's time for the call-in section of, the podcast, after I say what I have to say on the topic, then you guys can raise your hand, and I'll click on one, because it's like a raise your hand, thing on the Discord stage channel. And pretty much, I'm going to pick the first person. You give me what you have to think about, or what you got to say about the topics, and then we'll move on from there. And I'll go to second and then the third person, and then I'll talk about something else, and then pretty much end the podcast. But that's going to be like a segment I'm going to do on like the podcast that I'm alone. So that way it's not just me talking. There may be debates, there may be disagreements, there may be heated arguments, but at the end of the day, as long as we're respectful, courteous to each other, and just have a fun time, that's all I care about. I please ask that you guys do not come on here. You can curse, right? I don't mind, but do not say anything, like any like derogatory words. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about. Like, don't say anything racist. Don't say any slurs. Don't say nothing crazy. Nothing sexual. Nothing like that. If you want to say the F word or the S word, I don't care what you say. If it's a regular curse word, I don't care. It's fine. Show your personality. Some people are like that, Do it. But nothing sexual, and nothing violent, nothing racial, none of that. I do not want to hear. I want this to be a peaceful, fun podcast. Nothing but that. So I really think this will be really fun to do with you guys, interactive as hell. So I really think it'll help me out as well to not be alone the whole time, and it'll just make the conversations better. Instead of just waiting for the comment section on YouTube, or if you're listening on Spotify, just for you to DM me or something telling me your opinion, or adding me on Twitter. Why not just ahead of time? I'll tell you guys the topic a few days in advance. The first 3 people to DM me, hopefully different people each time, but if not, then oh well. I want you guys to just hit me up, the first 3 people to call in. I'll schedule it. If one person can't join because of the time, then I'm gonna hit up someone else if there's someone else that was interested. If not, there'll just be 2 call-ins. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna go ahead and go out of my way to like tell another YouTuber friend like, yo, I need someone. No, if there's only 2 or one of you guys decide to be a call-in, then that's fine. I'll only have 1 call-in. But if there's more than 3, I'm only gonna do 3, maybe up to 5. But I think I want to do 3. Give you guys each like maybe 10 up to 10 minutes to talk. Unless we get into a heated debate, then I'm fine with that. But if there's more than 3 people, don't worry, right? If one person is not able to make it, I'll contact you. I'll DM you saying, hey, one of the first 3 people opted out. They can't come. Are you available at this time? And if so, then you replace them. And that person that wasn't able to do it will be able to have many different times to make up for that by coming on another podcast and being a call-in on another topic, So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. What else am I going to be doing on here? Well, obviously, this is a podcast based on anime and manga, so that's basically what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing reviews, the reviewing series like I do on my channel, tier lists, and honestly bringing on online friends that I've met in the community, IRL friends, and also YouTubers. I'll try to get some big YouTubers. I have one in mind that I should be having within the next few weeks, and that'll be a lot of fun to do, and I think it'll be really dope. To have some YouTubers to just talk about things, to do tier lists with, and you guys can hear us doing those things. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited for this podcast. I hope it does well, and if it doesn't, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it because I've always wanted to do it, and also because, like I mentioned before, it'll help me work on my craft so that when I do the project that I have with Dicehead a year from now, if I'm still around and he's still around, God willing, then we're going to really go hard on what we have planned, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. And it also gives me time to just read more series and give me less stress, man. I'm a college student. I'm in my senior year. These classes aren't easy my last 2 semesters, so I don't want to be stressing myself out, giving me extra work to do editing wise, because to be honest, it got to the point where I felt like I was doing homework. So that's pretty much what I gotta say. When I'm alone, I'm going to be doing call-ins. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely let me know in the comment section down below if you're down for it. If you ever want to be on an episode, like my fellow friends that aren't YouTubers, my fellow friends that are YouTubers, fellow YouTubers that I don't even know, if you're interested in coming on the podcast, or any in real life friends that I have that are listening to this, let me know. If you guys want to be on a podcast, then hop on one episode and we'll definitely make it happen. And it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for this. I can't wait to really get this going. I already know what the first episode is going to be about, and I'm going to tell you guys right now. The first episode is pretty much going to be similar to my first episode when I was on the Big 3 podcast with Dice and Tayo. It's pretty much going to be my first interaction with anime and manga, pretty much my upbringing when it came to like this community, and like my journey from learning about it to where we are now, to where we are right now, beginning a YouTube journey. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts about anime/manga tube, all of that, because I want you guys to know how I feel about what I've done so far, how I can improve on things, and just be totally honest with you guys too, because you guys are dope people, and I know a lot of people that are going to be listening to this, and I like to be honest with you guys and tell you guys how things are. So in the comment section down below, I want you guys to tell me or ask me any questions that you want me to answer in that video. If you want to know more things about me, I'm not going to get super personal, but I'll for sure get into it. So ask me questions, and also be sure if you want to be in a call-in in the future, I won't have call-ins in the first episode, but definitely in future ones or future topics I will. So that's pretty much it, guys. this was Laugh Now Die Later. Episode number 0 of the Anime Now Manga Later podcast is going to be out. I'm hella excited. Let me know if you guys are excited for this podcast in the comment section down below. And let's get it, guys. This is going to be so much fun. So those are the rules. That's the format of this podcast. Let's be interactive. Please interact with me. Comment. Hit me up on Twitter. Give me ideas. Interact with me on call-ins. And let's just have fun. Let's just get it. Let's enjoy life together when it comes to being a weeb. Let's enjoy this weeb life together, guys. Well, without any further ado, I'm going to get out of here. And I'll see you guys in the first official episode of the Anime Now Manga Later podcast. So, this was me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.